on the set.
Ow! Peace and blessings of the most side of balance, omniverses, multiverses, tri-verses, dual verses, and universes be upon you all. Earshot and eye shot of the God. It's the friendly neighborhood Pharaoh Rise, Shep Sees Dwamma Tefar Moon, and welcome to another episode of Revision Radio, where we seek, analyze, and break down right knowledge, right wisdom, right understanding, right thinking, right reasoning, and right action from the third eye point of view. Bang! What's happening, family? Please excuse my lack of tardiness. But I was going through some technical difficulties trying to get this thing together for tonight's, chant and whatnot. Let me get it right going on right now. Bring this thing up on the page so the people can see what they can see when we seeing it. What's happening, family? What's going on? How y'all doing? We're going to get into the energy. We got to conduct the energy vibe, Get the peoples that be, let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Y'all can see that? We good? Yeah, we good. All right, so we about to get it going. I need the whole joint. I don't like this. I don't like it like this. Yeah, I need to go back to that. There we go. So let's get this chant going on, and then we go get into the preliminaries, particulars. How y'all doing? Oh man, we know we on the energy. We gotta get our energy right. Okay. Anunate kaleja wef paut. Paa Taraq. Anuki jawef pa ashukim pa paut. Wu kale ashuk kawun jawef neya. Anuki kasamunim pa paut. Wu pa paut kawun kasamunim neya. Anuki wahu ame pa paut. Wu pa paut kawun wahu ame neya. Nakuk kado naju ame kasamunim pa paut. Wu habu bame mushkasun. Nakuk kado kawan kale pafef nakuk dayo jawef pa paut. Ame wase ame the yarni kawun lake bakui jawef pa paut. Anuki yabe binafashni pa paut kawun anuki. Pa paut kador nakuk kador. Pa paut amul nakuk amul. Lehum menenum. Am tumate korehum. Am tumate korekum. Am tumate korenum. Am tumate jawef neya. Am tumate neya wuanuki hum. Yaye ashukraye. Asmu jayenum. Yaye netoru afuknum. Anunate mukradukum. Yaye netoru afuknum. Afuknun, yaye natarunun, anun, atum, amun. Yaye nataru, yaye saye, nataru. Yaye hika, yaye nataru. Ankumate pa mufaku. Yaye nataru. Ankumate pa mufaku. Wuanunate mukradukum. Wuemkumate muisanun. Yaye nataru. Aro muklas nuna tumraye. Yaye nataru. Yaye mukdamu wafuznun. Amkum mane yake la duda muslafunun. Wu muisarunun. Mane yake sawura paba. Mane yake kawuna kau. Mane yake athe achak. Mane yake kawuna bashawu damam. Yaye nataru mugdamunun. Aro mufdanun. Anhu kawun manzel mane pa nataru. Aro anhu kawun baba yananan. Aro anhu kawun atumraye. Aro anhu kawun haror. Yaye nataru muslafunun. Afuz nun mane pa mutwadu. Afuz nun mane gahalan. Yaye nataru afuz nun mane sayo hayora. Afuz neya. Afuz neya. Yaye nataru nun. Nakuk talub tamui bipa nataru. Mane pa laen lawi tananu. Kale ranamatni ate lae pa nataru. Wu kale namazoratni ate lae kayariyatun lae pa nataru. Panan misfakawun. Pasawabu Paa Taraq. Zikawuna na zola la heyam kun. Mane maspad wumasa. Ame hadianu damaun. Mane muslafukun. Unatoru. Arjulaye nafashukun. Afukshane kawun kun. Pasawabu Paa Taraq. Pahadian wupadama. Anun tawem kun. Lepanan damal wushafe. Anun tawem kun. Laetim na soinun. Anun tawem kun. Lahe ashukuma. And kumate muslafunun. Anunate mukradukum. Anun talum nasarukuma. Anun talum nasarukuma. And sonun kain toru. And sonun muslafunun. Anunate muspatu. Anun. Atun. Amun. Anunate kaleja wef paut. The Tarunun. Yaye muftaru. Yaye nataru. Yaye atumra yaye natar. Yaye nun yaye natar. Yaye nun tat yaye natar tat. Yaye ha yaye natar. Yaye hat tat yaye natar tat. Yaye kak yaye natar. Yaye kak tat yaye natar tat. Yaye amun yaye natar. Yaye amun tat yaye natar tat. Yaye atum yaye natar. Yaye shashash yaye natar. Yaye tafaf natat yaye natar tat. Yaye sabab yaye natar. Yaye natat yaye natar tat. Yaye arash tat yaye natar tat. Yaye asa yaye natar. Yaye nabab tat hatat yaye natar tat. Yaye satak yaye natar. Yaye hara yaye natar. Yaye haptwi yaye natar. Yaye anaktat yaye natar tat. Yaye aha haratwi yaye natar. Yaye nafartum yaye natar. Yaye mantu yaye natar. Yaye bapti yaye natar. Yaye sakam tat yaye natar tat. Yaye hatat harat tat yaye natar tat. Yaye ba'a ibis yaye natar. Yaye pata yaye natar. Yaye basas tat yaye natar tat. Yaye imhatab yaye natar. Yaye hu yaye natar. Yaye matat yaye natar tat. Yaye mahat yaye natar tat. Yaye kafaf raye yaye natar. Yaye maskanant yaye natar tat. Yaye reye tad, yaye nathar tad. Yaye kantamantiu, yaye nathar. Yaye hika yaye nathar tad. Yaye nathar tad, yaye nathar tad. Yaye ma'at, yaye nathar tad. Yaye ranan tad, yaye nathar tad. Yaye shai, yaye nathar tad. Yaye sashad, yaye nathar tad. Yaye mafdad, yaye nathar tad. Yaye pata, yaye nathar. Yaye saye, yaye nathar. Yaye hatad, yaye nathar tad. Yaye amash, yaye nathar. Yaye sarab twi, yaye nathar. Yaye atun raye, yaye nathar tad. Yaye jahutwi, yaye nathar. Oh, did I mess up? I think I messed up. Hold up. Go to me rewind. Let me see. I think I got a double back. A smoonie from Mafdad. Yaye Mafdad. Smoonie. Ooh. I'm going back to 45. Mafdad. Yaye Mafdad. Yaye Nathar Tad. Yaye Sabak. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Anap. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Khanum. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Khanash. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Patanun. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Saye. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Haktad. Yaye Nathar Tad. Yaye Amash. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Sarab Twi. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Atun Raye. Yaye Nathar Tad. Yaye Jahutwi. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Pata Warat. Yaye Nathar Tad. Yaye Sakat Tad. Yaye Nathar Tad. Yaye Ha. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Nahabka. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Sakar. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Ba'a. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Akar. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Imharat Tat. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Wapawa Tat. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Sokat Hatap Tat. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Mari Tat Sakar Tat. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Saye Tat. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Gorat Tat. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Asatanu. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Bahat Tat. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Kanam Tat. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Manak Tat. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Kamam. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Mahatwi. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Kabasa Nanafaf. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Da'amatarafaf. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Mari Tat. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Nasad. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Imjadat Tat. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Nakakpa Tat. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Sakat Tat. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Anak Tat. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Jadad. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Tum. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Wahoo. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Yasas. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Anak. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Afaf Nuit. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Satad. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Sakat Twi. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Imma'at. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Nana. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Imnuit. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Imsatak Twi. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Mugdal Tat. Yaye Nathar Tat. Yaye Rahashafaf. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Marar Twi. Yaye Nathar. Yaye Amun Raye. Yaye Nathar. Hu Anun Ate Kale Jawef Paud. Ooh, baby. Let me do the what's the name? Be par anan and pa yababasar. Woo. Pa bata matat arash tat. Woo. Pa tauba sanan harar. Amun. Assalamu alaikum magic. Right back. We saw. Yeah, we on. Sound like with Magic Family. Do a couple of check it. Not before. Check it like this, right? Tim Zadid, not before. Let me get this off of here and give y'all some here we go. Hey, we zoning. Let's go. Something I said with the getting in the zone. You know, they got the Atum, right? Anun, Atum, Atun, and Amun. So I do 19 times, and they use the fingers, you know, like we do we use the zikr, and be like, Om Anun, like Om Anun, Om Anun, Om Atum, Om Atum, Om Amun. You could do that 9 or do that 19 times. You know what I'm saying? Like that could be one of your meditations. That's one of the joints that I use. So just the clarification. So not before. Tim Zadid. Aye Mumrar. Muspatu Rakuk Panin. My beloved Muspatu, know this. When we live upon our own land, we are a nation. La me anun hayu, hayin bare nun, anun athir takwum un. Not before. Tim Zadid. When we practice our own culture, we become a tribe. La me anun, marun hazab nun, anun sayor shabbat un. Tim Zadid. Not before. When we build our own sanctuary for prayer, then we are a religion. Lame anun banu makdash ria nun lahe namaz or thamim anun atir za'amun. Not before. Tim Zadid. When we speak our own language, we are a people. Lame anun natuk lahaj nunun anun atir shakar sunun. Tim Zadid, not before. When we have our own canon to live by, then are you all ones who are civil. Lame anun, anud kanas nunun, lahe hayu, bi thamim athir amkum mulzaru. Not before. Tim Zadid. When we live for, of, and by each other, then we are family. Lame anun hayu lahe, shalel wu bi wa yakar, thamim anun atir yasar. Not before. Tim Zadid. When we all pray together, we become a congregation. Lame anun kale namuz ahde, anun sayor ta'adun. Tim Zadid. Not before. When we all love each other, we will be loved. Lame anun kale maror wa yakar anun shawel kawan marora. Not before. Tim Zadid. When we act divine, we become divine. Lame anun amul sayin, anun sayor sayin. Not before. Tim Zadid. So we got to put this thing in practice. Things are not going to happen until we put it in practice. Not before. You know? Not before. What's happening, family? What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? You know, I'm here, you know. This is, we got one more night. One more night. Just one more night. Oh, yo. Why they say with the Christmas, they be like, dreams of, what's that? What was they said? Dreams of out of gingerbreads down to my head. I'm ready to eat. I mean, I'm ready to eat, beloved. Purification, cleanse, family. We good. Did I read this to y'all? Very important. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this in English. This is about the visitors. This is about the ancestors, the elders, right? Oh, I got some updates. I'm gonna read to y'all. Boom, about with Paa. Woo, love it. Anyway, we arrived upon this planet Earth 450,000 years ago, once again after many visits for millions of years from Orion and Sirius star constellations. We transported our very own seeds here inside the ocean by way of the dolphin 24 million years ago, and we examined them from time to time. Just who are these people, these original people? The original people were the African, the Sands people, the Bushmen, the Black race, the first people. We returned by way of cycles, by way of the time, the Jubilee, every 50,000 years, the equinox, every 24,000 years, an era, every 12,000 years, a world, every 6,000 years, and a day, every 1,000 years. The original people, the Sands, migrated outside from Africa, entering Arabia. Some of them stayed there. Some of them migrated outside, entering India. Some of them stayed there. Some migrated outside, entering Australia and settling there. Mixing seeds with the Pleiadians, their hair became fur, like beasts. Many tried to return towards Africa. Some did, but were ordered to only dwell around the outside of Africa with their 6 ether fur. Of the Black Asians, only 60,000 of them were allowed to enter. That was 50,000 years ago. They entered around places as Ethiopia, Sudan, Somalia, Egypt, and around, only outside. This command of the 9 was violated by way of the Arabs entering Zanzibar. They are the Reds, and later the Whites violated the command of the 9, bringing the Blacks from Africa. The 13th tribe, the children of Horus, called the Falcon, son of Osiris and Isis. Now, Muspatu, go back and read the holy tablets, the scientists, tablet 4. Again, the Black Asian, the Asiatic black men are mixed seeds. The Indians, the brown race, and the Aboriginals, the Aborigines, the brown race, and the Arabs, the brown and the red races, not the original black man who has nappy hair, not fur. Many of us now mix by way of rape and mixing. This has affected our own race, our minds and bodies, and our health. All races has their origin from our seeds, the first world people. Bong, bong, bong. Very, 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 very important. We on it. Route back. Let me do a sound off. Let me do a sound off. Okay, Assalamu alaikum, route back. What's going on? Irvin L, route back, God. Assalamu alaikum, Magic. What's going on? Yeah, we already know. Give a shout out. Who 13 Solutions? Route back. You're on deck. Empire Strikes Back. Route back. Assalamu alaikum with Magic. Danielle. Assalamu alaikum with Magic. Taki. Route back, Moisa. Route back. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Silos, Congress, Pamogdal. Route back, beloved. What's going on? Israel. Assalamu alaikum with Magic. Route back. Peace and blessings. I shook. Brother Lamar. Ronald Newton, always. Knife Power. Kamos. Yeah, we here. One more thing. These are some of my favorite reads. An alien with us. An alien with us. Muspatu, know this fact. Each of us had an alien with us who taught us from baby steps, degrees by way of religion and belief as needed for that day and time. Jesus had with him the alien named Gabriel or Tammuz. Muhammad had with him the alien named Gabriel. Gabriel been around. He be traveling. Honorable Elijah Muhammad had with him the alien named Allah. Prophet Joseph Smith had with him the alien named Moroni. This is for the Latter-day Saints, the Mormons. Isa al-Hadi al-Mahdi, Malachi Z. Kabina York Okran had with him, the alien Yanun. Each of them had their own position and job to do for their own people. They were sent also, and the time they were sent. They each spoke of Baba Yanun, who would arrive in the flesh with all the actual facts in order to take you all in the hereafter on earth after the year 2000, the end of the devil's 6,000 year dominion. That was the year 1970. Savior, the warner. I'm not here for much longer. Know that the Holy Tablets ended the Old Testament and the New Testament and the Holy Quran. The Holy Tablet explained what they could not and did not. That was the bridge between the old cycle and the hereafter, which we are in. Yep. So again, I'm suggesting everybody go back and read these, these kinds, get into your, your spiritual books and whatnot. I started, I pulled this out of the joint the other day, pulled this out of the bag. Boom. Last time y'all seen that? Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Humanity Awake. Wake Up Everybody is our theme song. Yeah, this is definitely, I would advise everybody to go back through the Holy Tabernacle Family Guide. And you could just take out the Elohim and just use it, put in whatever ancestor, elder, deity you want to use. And this is a phenomenal thing for integrity, for morality, for study, for spirituality, for, getting your mind right, getting you focused, getting you refocused and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mom, I'm going to tell wife is a little down right now. She right though. Again, I want to tell everybody I appreciate y'all with the assistance. We got a lot of movement done today dealing with this the situation. I'm gonna change that though. Okay, what books you would read? Actual fact was that? Oh, Good and Evil. All right, well let's get it started. Let's get it started. Kind of broke away from the format a little bit. It's okay. Now you already know when we start talking about that. What's going on, Jerome? Right back. Peace, King. What's happening, God? Right back, beloved. What's going on? So today, y'all, is the 19th Paa Taraq. We got to hit something crazy tonight. The 19th Paa Taraq reading? No, we got to go in. No. Yo, I be telling my wife this all the time. She don't listen to me. Yo, look. So this is from the Daily Word from my Coochie Thunderbird Black Eagle, right? So this is a daily word from the God. He said, for December 20th, he said, "You are your pet's pet." I be telling my wife, she be like, "Why you acting like that with the cats?" I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm not them niggas. I don't work for them niggas. I'm like, you they pet. Niggas run around with these dogs and cats, goldfish. You run around picking up their doodle. You run around brushing them and grooming them. Because that's a massage, right? You run around, you feeding them and clothing them, taking care. They just I'm like, listen, if extraterrestrials came and looked at the dynamics of humans with their pets, they would think not naturally that the pets were the rulers of the world. obviously, if they run around picking up their feces in the street, you know, and feeding them and doing everything in their life for them, all they got to do is sit around luxuriating. Nigga, hell no, get out of here, stink. Hilarious. You are your pet's pet. Yes, it's funny. It is. Yo, that is crazy. They sitting there like, yeah, feed me, water. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Just something to think about, you know, something to think about. Okay, in the revolutionary daily thoughts. Oh yeah. Oh nah, Book of Light, absolutely. You know what book to go through? I'm gonna tell y'all before I read the revolutionary daily thoughts. Because like I got this is the second, this is like the third version of the potential. So the mind, you know, you got the mind, you got potential. This is part 2, potential. Well, you go read the mind, the first version of the mind with the twins. They had the Gemini, they had the male and female, and the 6-pointed star crescent with the it had the Ankh and in the crescent, and it was green. The Ankh was green and the crescent was green. And that book is the only place you can find the what's that? The elements. The elements when God shows the quantiplication of the elements. That chart, it doesn't exist in the tablets. It doesn't exist in this these versions of the mind. That chart about the quantiplication of the elements that shows that each element is like 50% of its corresponding element or opposite element, and then 1/4 of the other elements that exist. So like to say like water has the elements of water, or whatever water is made up of, is 50% of what fire is made up of, but 1/4 of what earth is made of. Oh man, when you start and then correlating the different elements with the different moods and anger, and bro, that chart, never seen in no place. You see it stuck in my head. It only exists in that mind book. Got a little piece of it in one, I think, in the tablets, a little piece, but they ain't go into it. Yeah, that was phenomenal, bro. Wow. Yeah. Nah, that's good. That's good, Jerome. You know what I'm gonna start doing? I apologize. Like what I don't do. I just be moving. But I'm looking to do a lot of things in advance. So, a lot of the stuff that I'm be speaking about, or everything that we speak about, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna put it in the description. So if you go look at the video later on and you press the arrow that points down, you'll be able to see the description. And in the description, it'll break down, like, you know, give the references and all that stuff. Because I know I be going off of memory a lot of times. I just be going off of stuff that I read, things I went through. You know, I don't be actually going through the actual books at that time. I be going through memory, but what I be remembering of the books is in the books. They ain't freestyle. So Deborah Ma'at Moore, she says, students need to know that the reason we're still doing square roots is because of these Black people that lived at least 1,000 years ago. So she's talking about Blacks in Egypt. This is from the Revolutionary Thoughts, Daily Thoughts. So she says, chess is math, which was the ancient Nubians and Kemites' strongest suit, because the universe they deciphered for us is math. Chess is a game that requires the constant calculation and recalculation of multiple numerical problems at the same time. The leap is thinking that occurs in a child when she or he is required to simultaneously consider the present and possible moves of 32 uniquely moving pieces continuously, traversing in a 64 square board is truly amazing to witness. Not surprisingly, it increases these skills by default. Mathematical thinking skills improve without students even trying. They don't even realize that they're learning. Affirm, I embrace math, mathematics, music, language, all of these things, computers, they all fall in the same wavelength, which is why they try to keep us away from a lot of this stuff. You know, speaking of chess, the brother, let me see. I spoke the other day, said, yo, anybody got any, anybody want to do any advertisements on the joint? They're welcome to come through. Hit me on the email. What's the brother name? He gonna be tired. Forgot the brother attribute. Too much going on. But one of the brothers, he got a he has a 3-player chess game. Yeah, quantiplicate nature. Absolutely. Absolutely. Quantiplicate nature. Crazy. Yeah, so I'm looking for the brother. Yeah, the brother got the triad chess game. Let me see. I'm going to his Instagram page and put up. It's called Triome. You send me a message, Mom? Yo, this thing Nebuchadnezzar's a bug out. You gotta stop. Let me see. Triome chess. Where is it at? Oh man. What's my brother name? God, my brain is froze. Start with an N. No. Yeah, I just want to give the brother a shout out, man, because he gets busy. I love that. You know, we gotta support and encourage creative energy. You know, we gotta create. You know, creative energy has to be supported. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it before the end of the night. It's okay. I'm gonna get it. One of the brothers gonna hit me. Usatuk with the Triumph chess. Newbie, yeah, Newbie Satak. Yeah. Anubu Customs. Newbie Satak. Let me get him. Akai Satak Newbie. That's what it is. I forgot the attribute because God, you know, I'm anyway, he has a joint called Triumph Chess. He had a 3-player chess game that he made. And he sells. Trying to see if he got any what's his website so I could put it up here. Yeah, man. So yeah, we gotta support that. You know, we gotta support that. Akai Newbie. Yeah, I'm gonna get it up here before the end of the night. But yeah, because I want, you know, because chess is that thing. That's that thing, y'all. We gotta be on that. And mathematics is our language. You know, we gotta do that. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna put his yep, that's him. Yep. He's actually a woodcrafter, so he does staffs. And he started doing t-shirts and all that stuff and all that too. But this is his storefront, www.storefrontier.com. I guess this is a platform. Oh, listen, y'all. You know, today's the day. Doors is closing. So, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess, you know, we see y'all on the next go around. As far as getting into the ship, getting into that spot. So yeah, y'all could go there for that triune chest. Let me see if I see a picture. Hold up. Show it to you. I knew I was gonna find it. Cause me and the brother go back and forth. Matter of fact, look, it's him supporting, you know, he was supporting me on the that's one of our t-shirts that we do. And that's him right there, showing love, supporting the t-shirt. Sacred Feminine, you know. Got that Sacred Feminine on. Yeah, phenomenal. Yeah, he does it up. He's a hustler. But it's crazy because while we about to work together on some stuff. But yeah, go there and check out his Triumph chest. You know, again, anybody that want to do any advertisements, and you know, we with it. We definitely with it. So we got a Paa Taraq reading to do, don't we? Ay. The 20th, what's the 19th Paa Taraq? Yeah. Locked in. He said they would say here. That's what God said. He said they would say here. So yo, we here, right? We put it out there. You know, what's all we can do to our people? You know, we love them. We love them. We love them. Y'all want to put this work in? Is this the end of this? Because this is nope, this is it. This is the mind. So we about to get busy. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal, God. We gonna be over there in the motherland also. We all over. We gonna bless your heart. Nah, you missed out until this is just the first round. We come back around, and then we be the ones that be doing all the processing because we be the ones that know all the stuff at that time. But we gonna get busy tonight. We going. Y'all ready to go? We gonna go tonight. Let me show you how much I read this joint. Let me show you. Tonight's reading is, check it out. This is one of my favorites. Come on now. Because that's what's happening right now. On that 21st, that solstice, the shift already occurred. But now it's being stamped. And even look, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. We all going, it's a struggle. We just gotta lean on that the Nathar and Pasalafu in us that's leaning, that's going in the direction that we want to go. We can't listen to the other ones. Now that you know that those inspirations, those voices are literally personalities of your own ancestors, your own Salafu, if they telling you wrong, I know a lot of my grandparents, they just want to go have some fish fry, drink some liquor, smoke some weed, and play spades. I know that. You know what I'm saying? I know that's what they want to do. Matter of fact, speaking of the ancestors, Salafu, today is my grandmama's, her beautiful self, the grand goddess birthday. And she transitioned. Today's her birthday. She was nothing to play with. She is nothing to play with. I'm telling you, like, I that's a whole show. Just talk about grandma. One day I'm gonna get the family up here, and y'all can see how much of a jewel I really am. When you see Where I come from and where they at, beloved. All right, so the dimensional shift. This is my little revised version, so anybody that's reading along with us, yeah, we got work on that, man. Yeah, this is it. This is it, y'all. We gonna go because this is the 19th reading. So for the 19th, even though it's the 20th, we started on day 2. We didn't start on December 1st. We started on December 2nd. So this is the 19th reading on the 20th day. All right. Here we go. Ooh, let's go. We're going to move. We're going to channel. I know that they're Kaleja with power. The revelations to the Muspatu Paa Taraq, the way. The dimensional shift revised. Likum, my beloved Muspatu. Many beings have been coming to this planet for many, many Earth years. And according to some ancient records, tell of the important role 2 specific groups played, namely Mesopotamia and Africa. The 2 groups became known in the Bible as the Safaru or Seraphim, Munzaru in Africa, or the Karabu, the Cherubim, and Anunnaki in Mesopotamia. You hear me? Safaru, Seraphim, Munzaru, Africa. Karabu, Cherubim, Anunnaki, Mesopotamia. Also called by other names by others in their own tongues. From them, a way of life and religions were born, fact and faith. Beings from star systems came back and forth to this planet for their own reasons, some to hunt, others to prospect for resources, some for food, others for pleasure and vacation. It was 17,250,000 years ago, well, exactly 18 million years ago, that the spirit forces of Lawi, Tananu, Leviathan, who were part of the Federation, were cast out of Paa Taraq, the sun. They were cast out of the sun members and thrown throughout the multiverses to Paa Taraq, the earth, just before the evolutionary cycle began. The moon cycle is the climax of the evolutionary cycle. Lawi Tananu, Leviathan, are the moon deities called also Sin, who supported Nanar, Adonai, son of Enlil, Baal-Gad, and Ninlil. Sin is found in Genesis 4:7 under the Hebrew Strong's 2403 for the word chata, meaning sacrificial sin. He is the one who asked Cain, and Abel to offer. So he's identifying that the Lord God over the garden who asked Cain and Abel to offer was Nanar, Enlil's son. He was an Anunnaki, a cherubim, who would be waiting at 3 a.m. Remember I talked about the gateways yesterday, reading Pa Balag, and the gateways are open at 3 a.m. and there's 9 gates. So when you're traveling, after you transitioning, you have to make it through those 9 gates out of here. That's why surrounding the planet, remember what's that? Skynet. Surrounding the planet is a bunch of orbs and lost spirits and souls that can't go nowhere. They trapped. They can't get through the maze. That bark of that you got to get through the maze. You got to be able to be guided out of the maze, out of here. The 9 gates. We have a book of gates. It's one of our books. We need to go read them. The book of the cow, the celestial cow, is one of our books. We got to go read this stuff. It gives us our story. That's at Bab Elu, or the gateway to Enlil, Baal-Gad, son of Anu, Elion. So that is why it is said Sin, who is Nanar, son of Enlil, and Enlil, who ruled where the human offerings of bloodlusting to the Anakim were held by Zervan, Persia, 1,000 offerings a year. Zervan was Anu, father of Angra, Manu, Arimen, who was Enlil, and Ahura Mazda, or Mazd, who was Enki. This name can be found in Dictionary of the Gods, page 201. It was all around the fire god named Atar of the Magus, the Magi, priest called Zarathustra, page 200, for their Zam, spirit of earth. Abraham's, or Ibrahim, father, who was Terah, a Magi priest of Ur, who moved to Haran to perform offerings of blood to the fire on altars called Mithra, which is a word Persian from the Indian word Mitra. So it was this person, going back to Sin or Nanar, who started the blood offerings, while Cain, jealous one, and Abel, the vain one, as they were called in Shamir or Samaria, they must be controlled or ignored. You see, this is how it went down. You see, Alelu was versing Anu. Anu was the son of Enki, Yahweh, and Enlil. Enki was the father of Marduk, and Enlil was the father of Nanar. So you had the Enlilites versing the Aleluites. You had Enlil in Mesopotamia, Alelu in South America, both as Anunnaki and gods. Enki tried to help Alelu and took his daughter as a consort, Ninki, or Damkina. Beings from the closest star system called Aldebaran, Andromeda, Lyra, Pleiades, Zeta Reticuli, Arcturus, Sirius, Orion, and many others. We speak of these two Munzdaru to Africans, Nagaru, Negroids, who birthed us, and the Anunnaki, Anakim, to the Mesopotamians, who birthed the Mukasu. And from them came also sub-races of Europe, too. These became their religious gods, angelic beings, devils, demons, ghosts, and spirits. Those of the Mesopotamia were flesh eaters, Genesis 18, 1 through 8, and Quran 51, 20 through 33. They asked their subjects to kill for them, to herd for them, to offer flesh and blood to them of both animals and humans. They spread their religious beliefs over the planet called Elohim, Alihat, Nephilim, Malakim, and each became known as Yahweh, Adonai, El Shaddai, Al, Baal, Satan, Hebrew Strong 7854, Allah, Rab, Theos, Greek Strong's 2316, and on into many tongues, worshipped as the one God of the many gods. You must worship Wakar, one of them, as a deity, or pain and suffering, hell's fire, or tormentation once you die. That's the hustle. That is the nature of what they worship as God, and try to get you to worship out of fear of torment after this life, never asking, well, if my God, Lord, Allah, Yahweh is the one has no partners or equal. He is alone, all-powerful Jah, all-knowing, the Most High, the one and only God. Then how can anyone worship what does not exist if he is the only God, Allah, and has no equals? Then there can be no others to worship or to bind partners. How can he be a jealous God? Exodus 25. Jealous, Hebrew Strong, 7067. Kanana. Of who or what? How do you worship what or who doesn't exist? So why do they keep repeating, no God but my God? Have no other God besides me. My God is the greatest. Allahu Akbar. Unless the truth is, there did exist more than one, and humans were given a choice of whom to obey. It's recorded in the cuneiform tablets that predate the Bible's Elohim, El, or the Quran's Alihat, or Allah. And they were called on the Shamar stone tablets Anunnaki, 50 who came down to Ki, earth. So Anunnaki means those 50 who came down from Anu, the heavens, to Ki, earth. The gods were Anu, again, verse in Alelu, and later the brothers Enki, verse in Enlil, and then their sons, Marduk, verse in Nun-Urta. So there were, in fact, many Ghadatu gods, and is why their books really had to make the choice of which one will be their one god or suffer after death. That is their religions: Mosesism, Jesusism, Mohammedism of Abraham, son of Terah, a priest of the Anunnaki in Nippur, in Haran. Is Akkadian for Urim, Chaldeas, or Persia. So the truth is, they had many extraterrestrials come down to Taha, earth, as their overlords or gods who use them to this day. Was the brother that be boxing? I just heard his voice in my head. To this day. Remember he was wild? To this day. These gods, lords, by whatever names, are no more than extraterrestrials who came here for their own purposes. Anybody got the dimensional shift? Because y'all can add on and read if y'all want to. Y'all out. All right, what I do, Irvin? Yeah. So I got, anybody want to add on, y'all pull out that dimensional shift and put y'all on. Y'all can help us read. Let me know. So the truth is, they had many extraterrestrials come down to Taha Earth as their overlords or gods who use them to this day. These gods, lords, by whatever names, are no more than extraterrestrials who came here for their own purposes. Genesis 6:1-5, Quran 97:4, and use humans to do their will. Most don't know that. They read their holy books, yet don't really read what it says or question what it really means out of fear. They had chosen ones set up, rabbis, kohens, imams, sheikhs. Yet after Babylon, they lost their real covenants or agreements with these flesh-eating gods who asked for offerings or sacrifices of flesh and blood. And today, religious leaders don't have a clue of who their original God, Yahweh or Allah, was. You see, it's all about dimensional shifts or cycles. Each of the created or grafted races is of a dimensional rate related to the very planet. This is what we're gonna get right. Let me get this on my face. We're gonna get right. Pause. With the 24,000 year cycle and the 26,000 year precession of the equinoxes, which will complete another cycle, 12/21/2012. So now we about to break this. We about to end this purification cleanse at 12/21/2021. 369. Here we go again, y'all. Here we go again. We about to have that opening. About you got to count to 13. Down it again. The ninth. The 9 days is 21. Yeah. Oh, you got to tell them that. I ain't telling them that. Yeah, I ain't telling them I ain't not. Break the mind that nizite. Anyway, my wife was hitting me with the mathematics on the fast because today's the 20th. Tomorrow's the 21st, the last day. And yeah. Anyway, we shining like a dot. I'm all right. Huh? Yeah. So as the planet shifts, each race is supposed to shift with it. It relates to your involvement and involves your DNA, as placed in a humanoid as HAR1 type on your DNA strands. HAR1. That's such, baby. HAR1. It is actually located. We're gonna give you the exact. Bob's gonna give you the exact spot where it's located. It is actually located on the end of the 20th chromosome of your 46. It links you to your ancestors and a parallel universe and a planet in a different harmonic portal. Yours is called Morzak, risk, meaning to provide. It involves time portals or gates and dimensions in portals. Remember, the gates. All of these facts and more are part of a role in the principle underlying the process of ascension and transformation. Dimensions and harmonic multiverses are linked to overstanding quantum physics. Everything is vibrational frequencies. You understand now that higher frequencies can intermingle with lower frequencies. You understand now that there are various frequencies, as in radio waves, television waves, that become colors, sounds, and images. And only by tuning into correct frequencies can you listen and channel. Only by tuning into correct frequencies can you listen and channel so you can receive what is projected or transmitted. All of these wavelengths of different frequencies intermingle in the same space at the same time aligned. Now, Musbatu, understand this, that this universe is composed of 8 harmonic tones. This universe is composed of 8 harmonic tones. What do we know the tones as? They've been teaching us that since we was babies. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Right? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Bam. Those 8 harmonic tones or worlds, as in music scales, each note of an octave. Each harmonic world is composed of 8 dimensions. Each one of those worlds has 8 dimensions. So let's go down to the 8 subdivided by 8. So it's like 8 to the 8th power of 8. All of these dimensions exist in the same space and time as does light and sound, yet they operate and appear separately because of the variant particle pulsation rate of the atoms or cells. It has to do with tones or sounds as used in each word. As you sing, chant, pray, or speak, the use of grammatic pronunciation of your own language, using your own tongue, and giving voice box tones and numbers as in music, opens your imagination and access to the other dimensions of your etheric being. That's why nigga be thinking about all kinds of wild stuff that don't even exist, because you be tapping in. Bomb. 9th dimension stuff. Let me bring that back to the 3rd dimension. Put that in work. Boom, let's go. Monetize that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, opens your imagination and access to the other dimensions of your etheric being by your emotional being or your Ba'a soul, which activates your subconscious mind to remember when you were divine, now lost under Nawam, this spell of sleep. You can remember those deeply buried powers of your divine mind from your zero time reference. These particle pulsation rates take place in the same space and at the same time, yet remain invisible or unheard, all like what happens in a room you're in with others, other names, races, and so on. When a planet evolves through dimensions, the rate of speed or particular pulsation progressively increases, allowing that planet to evolve through the 8-dimensional scale. It is the same with the human body. And all on it, living or dead, will also evolve. Excuse me. The track of time for harmonic worlds, such as this one called planet Earth exists, equals 24,000 years land 1 mile. For each year, or Earth's circumference 24,000 miles, and human genome equal 24,000 DNA. Also linked to the equinox, which is linked to the 26,000-year precession caused by the axis shift to 23.5 degrees and cycles every 26,000 years. So the planet Earth has 2 cycles every 26,000 years. Thus, the planet has 2 cycles happening at the same time and 2 chances of salvation. So you have the 26,000 years, which is created by the shift because of the 23.5 tip of the axis, the planet going off its axis. So that created a different precession, 26,000 years. And then you had the original 24,000 years. Now, according to this, the master says the 26,000 year that was created due to the glitch is a male cycle or male saving window, not just to save the males, but he calls the actual precession a male. So the 26,000 year cycle the precession is a male sequence, while the female sequence is a 24,000 year equinox. So the precession is male and the equinox is female. Frankly, due to the fact that the equinox or the female is the original, and the precession, the 26,000 years, only exists because the planet went off its axis, and so it's not the original, and the males are not the original. I said it right off the back of the truck. Bootleg version from the Africans and the Mugalu. I gotta stop this. You know that. You know what we do. We've been running back and forth all day to that room. Now we will look at it cell-wise as we saw it in atom-wise. Each of the Jazar Salalu root races had their zero-time reference. It started with the first. I'm gonna speed this up. I'm gonna tone it down, and we're gonna go. Hold on. Let me get some of this extra light. Come on, closer, baby. Come a little closer to me. It's cool. All right. Had their zero-time right. It started with the first, etheric, first Nagaru, second Mungalu, third Kakasu, first dimensional shift. Etheric, fourth Nagaru, fifth Mungalu, sixth Kakasu. That's the second dimensional shift. Then the time shifted. The time shift changed because the Kakasu, the DNA, mixing with the animals, such as the porcine, the pigs, the canines, and the simians. The result is recorded on the Gilgamesh stone tablets, the Epic of Gilgamesh, which recorded a being called Enkidu. And Enkidu, a flesh-eating, part human, part beast. Gilgamesh was the grandson of Utu, or Shamash, the twin son of Inanna, or Ishtar, who were the twins and children of Nanar, Sin, and they were the grandchildren of Enlil, Sin, Nanar, and Ningal. All of this was recorded in the epics of Gilgamesh. So the third dimensional shift was Mangalu, Dravadu, and the Nagaru. The Kakasu fell off of this divine sequence and link to the higher dimensions and regressed to a beast-like state. As the next shift comes, many Nagaru who have mixed their DNA with lower dimensional beings, both physically and mentally. They are out of tune, offline, or line age or lineage. So they will not be able to transport. So they will not be able to transport through space and time. Get this down like this, because it's about to go down. And they will age and die on the way. So he's talking about even making it to the vortex and making it through the wormhole to get to risk, Mirzak. Some of us will not make the trip because of the mixing of the genes. We won't make the transport and will age and die on the way. Because why? Because they must be cleaned inside out and outside in. This does not mean if you have mixed ancestors, you can't make the trip to Morzak Risk, the 8th planet in Ilion, the star system, 19th galaxy. Not at all. It has to do with you, the person. Cells right here, right now, and your own zero-time reference. What do you do with your body and mind now affects how you think to your Salau races, Salafu ancestors, and if you reach them in other realms. What you do and how you think is going to dictate this. Remember, the very planet is alive and your flesh is a part of it, born of it. Try and understand this affirmation, Muspatu. From the moment of your consciousness, your being of existence was recorded on a time continuance liner called Paa Taraq. From moment to moment, your mental created the next moment from womb to the outside world. Then moment to second, to minutes, to hours, to days, to weeks, to months, to years, from day one to right now, whatever the age. You have been recording your very existence on this filament like a microchip, like a DVD, like a CD. Like that's what when you go into the Sumerians and talk about the ME stones, these are pre-recorded. But that's why they said the Sumerians built the civilization on overnight, because they had pre-recorded devices called the ME. They were like microchips, like DVDs, like videos. They had the whole programs and everything needed for civilization to manifest, so to learn any skill, any trade, any, you know what I'm saying? That's what the science was. So he's saying that you have been recording your very own existence on a filament, like a DVD or a tape recorder, as spiraled outward. Every time you inhale and exhale, blink, everything you touch, feel, see, hear, taste, smell, and think, from your fears, your joys, your anger, and all your emotions, each cell as you grew up until now, your body, and if you scar it, that is also recorded in your matrix as damaged. Be it ear holes, nose holes, tattoos, burns of any kind, any alteration of your natural body over the years. If you kept nature's time zones of your body and growth of 3 sets of 8 to equal 24, as in 8 hours of sleep, this is talking about the circadian rhythm, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of digestion for food, and 8 hours of intakes. The kinds of liquid, food, smoke, and all that you put on your tongue is recorded. And you say, all you hear, your choices, your rejection, and all you swallow is recorded. If you spit, bleed, ejaculate, and tear, it's recorded. The salt in your urine is needed to ignite that electricity of your body, as salt water is a conductor. And your blood has metal content needed to magnetize and electrify your body. With Paa Taraq, the spark of energy from the sun's rays into your eye hole called your pupil, and the dark circle in the center of your eye with a small opening as your personal solar panel. The solar panel attracts the sun's rays to spark the body. So everything from that moment up to right now is all recorded and stored. No secrets, y'all. Now, in order for you to time travel or transport, that would be teleport you from one place to another, wireless transport. We need this sajal, this record, and it is stored on like a narad, a disc or a dice or a crystal, a balar. So with that information, you can be transported through outformation, through space and time, and then imported back into information or reconstructed into physical form from your first moment of existence. This is just one of them joints, y'all. And up to whichever age in your life up to now can be transported. And all of you and your thinking will be wherever. If respected by your life while alive, you can request what age you would like to remain once you are there. Oh, you got requests. You got requests what age you want to be. You get the risk. You could get. Wow. Yeah, it has to be requested before the transportation takes place. So, Pa Nababu, the masters, will know at which age to stop your narad, your disc, your recording, and erase further times of your life. Yet only if you're wawad, not dawal. Not, you got to be good. Somebody in the field, somebody good, not evil, or trying to hide or cover an action in your life that you regret. So you must be accepted as, ones who are good persons, not mudwawu, not evil persons. That is not by any one race. Any and all can be good or evil. It's a matter of choice. Will is khayar, will or choice. Only the exact moment will change because it's a new moment in your life from where you were experiencing it to where you arrived. We must split the atom energy. We must split the atom energy of time by the anti-atom, and before it can become adjusted in a cell organism likewise. At its center is a program and must be implanted for the moment to be balanced. I hope you humanoids can understand this. We have been using it for many of your earth years to come and go and overcome age and death, even correct things in our lives. We would have done things while or during transport, stop the disc at a point in life and edit it. Much care must be taken to do that, or the whole future of your time lineage will be erased. So, with that understood, know also, Muspatu, that planets have the ability to move from one dimension to the next and from one time continuum to the next. Each planet is linked to each other, as Earth is linked to Razakat, risk. Each can do this by magnetically drawing into its morphogenetic field particles from the unified of energy for each dimension. So as worlds cross by energy gates, beings can be seen at times, even visit from one world to the next. As a planet pulls in the frequency pattern of tone of the next higher dimension into its morphogenetic field, a human body vibrations or force fields, as the planet has Lie lines of energy, so does the human body have a matrix of energy lines. A morphogenetic field is a field of energy that created form to material things, matter, as in atoms and or cells. Each dimension circular band has a specific rate of particle pulsation and a specific angular particle spin rotation as the human circulatory system. Each salao or race vibrates on their own rate of ether. Each race vibrates on their own rate of ether. And this is based on their time or zero time reference. The age of race affects all of that race. So the older the race, the stronger the vibrations. No race vibrates on the same level or on the same rate. Even its mixed seeds choose. Remember I was saying this about the Maori sisters. Even mixed seeds chose at birth to which race they will belong by their body vibration. This was your answer about the Latinos and Latinas, because a lot of our brothers and sisters, because they mix, they got the African and they got the Mukasu and they got the Indians and they got a bunch of stuff. So they have to pick where they want to vibrate at. So even mixed seeds chose at birth to which race they will belong by their body vibration, which is shown as they grow up by how their very body moves, how their voice sounds, not only by how their outer flesh looks. This time exists a unified field of particles on the physical side of hydrogen and antiparticles on the spiritual side of ether. Both pulsate at various rhythms and spin at various speeds of rotation. Clockwise is future, counterclockwise is past. Let me make sure I ain't lose everybody. Don't worry about it. A few more. We are learning. Will can be developed. Deep diving. Yeah, we on it. Yeah, we on it, y'all. I just wanted to check. I'm just checking on y'all. Make sure we good. Check it. So clockwise is future, counterclockwise is past. This is what creates the illusion of manifested space and time that exists, which has a substance, space, and is a fabric, not a void. Space is a substance. Fabric. Think about clothes. It's not void. It has a matrix, dark energy to dark matter. In this realm, given the appearance of individuated identities, in this realm, given the appearance of individuated identities, got to pronunciate, learned that from Sesame Street. So as one moves their consciousness or emotions through a segment of the unified field of particles or mental substance, that gives the illusion of space and time as you know them. The fact is, wakat, time, does not move forward as the hands of the clock. Yet, your consciousness does either circular direction, future, or past, called then, from now, or in a unified field of the time matrix. And this is how extraterrestrials can move through space and time. Quantum physics teaches that there is no such thing as a separate space and time. It's all in all. Paa Taraq, the all expanding. Your consciousness creates that illusion. So now this earth and its different living beings, physical and spiritual, are in the third dimension of the harmonic shift. All beings must move higher except the physical Kakasu and their dead, who are trapped as specters and tayaf, ghosts of orbs, of lights, fireballs, Revelations 18:2. Encaged spirits trapped here. The dead and living dead. This angers them and leads them to love to kill others, inflict abuse, racism, hate on other races, and expressly the Nagar, Negroid. He has a love-hate relationship with his creators. The Nagaru, African black man, and Javadu, Indians, Asiatic black man, are the parents of the Kakasu, the Caucasoids, the Europeans, and the Pale Man. They can't move up to any future, so they're trapped here as the shift takes place and will slowly fade out of existence. Deuteronomy 7:22. Little by little, after the year 2000 to 6000 AC, to a spirit state, yet will not be able to reach those who moved up from them. Nagaru, Mungalu, Kakasu. All moved up the dimensional shift of ether except the evil, wicked Kakasu. The Asians are physical disciplines. The Asians use physical disciplines. What do the Asians do? They do restrictions of the physical called Tai Chi and Buddhism, right? The Indians use physical disciplines, physical restrictions of their physical called yoga. The Caucasians don't do this. Their outlet is recreation, violence, games, parties, alcohols, and drugs. They have no restrictions on their physical, so it leads to invasions, wars, killings, and rapes. And they try to trap us to think like them also. Where a lot of us didn't have no goddamn restrictions and no disciplines. We just was following all these other people's stuff, trying to find our own. And we're going back to the ancient ways. Let's go. It is time to move higher and leave evil behind. Or as they put it, left behind. He's gonna get left behind. These niggas gonna left behind. Niggas get left behind. Niggas get left behind. To move on to the ninth ether, and then on to the final dimension of divinity, seventh, then eighth, then ninth. The Munzaru dwell on the ninth dimension, the perfected state of existence. Each shift is a gateway you must pass. Remember to talk about the gateways. Only you do things that can hinder you. Your love, greed, anger, lust, poor health, metals in your body, tattoos of lead inks, things not natural to your matrix body, which can also be engrafted or fake fruits. Also foods like the flesh of meats have much iron in the blood. You have to be clean inside out and outside in. Second reference. You must correct your health. You can't pass through the dimensions with your matrix body physically or emotionally holding extra baggage. You got to let it go, y'all. We got to let go a lot of this stuff, even with our families, a lot of traumas. We got to let it go. We can't leave. This is why your heart got to be lighter than a feather, because you can't get out of through the dimensions, the gateways, if you still stressing. So he gives the example, as in the Philadelphia experiment of August 12, 1943, and the USS Eldridge craft boat. When the project started in 1940, they did not have the computer to do the math matrix to open the gate. So they got Dr. Emil Kortenauer, a physicist, to build what could make things invisible, a machine to hide things in 1930 to 1932. Then in the year 1933, this project moved up to the East Coast in Princeton, New Jersey. Then in 1943, once the new computer was built, transferred to Dr. John Eric von Neumann. Once they got the crew who would be on the USS Eldridge and set the date, what they overlooked was the fact that one of the men was in love and was getting married that very day. Power of love, y'all. Yet was ordered to report. Crackers didn't care nothing about that. He did not want to go. The military interrupted his marriage, and the MPs took him by force to the base to prepare. When the experiment for the Philadelphia dock was tested and the ship appeared near Norfolk, Virginia, by using Albert Einstein's unified field theory, it became a fact, and the craft and crew disappeared. Speaking of that, you got to go check out Gabrielle Oyibo with the God Almighty's Grand Unified Theorem. So this Albert Einstein unified field theory has been confirmed by Dr. Gabrielle Oyibo and his theorem. And they're teaching it at MIT and in Harvard and all the science places. And the brother is busy. Let me see. Give me 2 pages. When the experiment, when the experiment from the doc, they use Albert Einstein's unified theory, it became a fact, and the craft and the crew disappeared. All involved were those such as Nikola Tesla, Dr. von Neumann, Dr. Einstein, Edward Lascallion, of which were gathered by President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who became president in 1933, also the year of the bankruptcy. Well, the craft ended up jumping time up to 1983 in New York's Navy Yard, Brooklyn. The men were taken to the hospital, and while there, the one who was emotionally in love faded back to 1943 because the power of love and emotions. So this was 1940. This is 1983, 40 years later, that the ship is popping up in the Navy Yard in Brooklyn. And the one that was still tight because of the marriage, he went back to 43. This meant the ship was to return, that this one person's zero time reference was not or was no longer on the craft. So when it returned, this zero time reference point were out of sync, and most of the men could not completely re-enter 1943 time zone and were trapped in various parts of the crafts. This is how spirits get trapped after death in this physical dimension. They are attached by their desires or lusts, greeds, loves, angers, hates, and killings. So when they depart their physical body, these spirits are trapped. No one can help them. Thus, they become ghosts, demons, even ghouls. You could get trapped as this shift takes place, as the Kakasu will be trapped if they have not mixed their genes with the Mungalu, Dravadu, or the Nagaru. So now is the time, 24,000 years or 26,000 years. of the third dimensional harmonic grid shift. When the wormhole is made between Earth and Marzak, risk Earth's ascension to a higher state or level, the prepared beings can cross over the wormhole of time and space to 76 trillion miles of time. Yet you must know the ritual needed, the beings needed, the tone needed, with all the right persons at the right time in the right space, right place. All it is all in vain. What is he talking about? He's talking about going through that Stargate. What beings are we talking about we need to go through the Stargate? What beings? Let's talk about the gatekeepers. He's talking about the golden childs. Ooh. Talk about the golden child and the gatekeepers, y'all. The hermaphrodites and hermaphrodites. Know this, that what can trap you is you and to what you attach yourself or your being. Ascension is the path, Surat, of order, that consciousness evolves. Multidimensional energy mechanics of the mind into mind. From mental through a structural multidimensional system, representing universal order through which consciousness experience beings. What are we talking about? In 1999, the overlords, Kamau Pleiadians, came to Earth to ask the Kakasu, why have they not used the 6,000 years to rule in peace? So the savages, overlords, asked these savages, why y'all violate the Nagaru children, the Riskian children? Why have you abused the children of Munzaru, the Riskians, the Nataru? So they would not receive an extension of time. They were asking for an extension of time past the year 2000. The end of 6,000 years from 4,000 BC. Their overlords placed 3 trigger words, check it, in their books or religion that would trigger their self-destruction slowly from 9/11, 2012. You find these 2 in the book of Revelations, 9/11. Now compare chapter 9, verse 11 to the date 9/11, 2001, and the elected president Bush, which is Hebrew Strong's for 954, meaning disappointed, delayed, and shameful. The little dragon of the skull and bone order, Hell's Fire Club, Genesis 3:22. As you see on their door post in Yale University, their temple, 322, related to Genesis 3:22 to 24, cherubims and cherub of Ezekiel, and 28:14, the devil, the devil from his father, the big draconian. The big draconian was George Herbert Walker Bush, 41st president, 1989-93. The little draconian, George Walker Bush, 43rd president. The last Euro-American, we're going to talk about this. Bush, Bobby said Bush was the last Euro-American president. Why is he saying that? So in 2001 AD, Bush went to New York, the New Babylon, and triggered the words Abaddon, Apollyon, and Usama triggered Abudin. All are linked to the end of 6,000-year rule of the Adamite seed, Revelations 9:11 on to Revelations 18. So they will not be a part of the next dimensional shift. They're trapped at 6 ether, Revelation 18:2, in caged spirits. Or in 2000 AD, the Anunnaki, check it. In 2000 AD, the Anunnaki, as cherubim Elohim Anakim Alihat, returned with the anointed cherub Nanar, their Christ, for their rapture, and took 144,000 Mukasu and offered them to the Lawi Tananu reptilians of Dracos and Drago for offering. and said between the years 2000 2012 they were taking 300,000 people per day. People of all races except the Nagaru. As for Paa Salal, the Negro race, the first race seed on the planet Earth of the three, Paa Nagaru, Paa Mangalu, and Paa Kakasu. All from Paa Salal, and Nagaru, the root race Negroids. Nagaru, the original plan, called for each race to breed subraces. The Nagaru Negroids bred from themselves the Dravidians. The Mungalu bred from themselves the Abu, the Asians, or Asian subraces. The Kakasu bred from themselves the Europeans. Each were to evolve and in the end times assemble one divine DNA strand called Har-1 strand. 7, 8, and 9 ether are divine DNA. We genetically manipulated humanoids in Africa DNA 50,000 years ago. Excuse me. We gave constructive speech, natak. It was implanted to raise humanoids' intelligence. The Kakasu did not learn to speak or talk until Hadaf until 6,000 years ago. The Kakasu did not learn to speak or talk until 6,000 years ago. It was the implanted of human mental development that enabled humanoids to speak. Before then, only deities used Madatat words. So the angelic beings or the extraterrestrials who came much later tested humans by saying in the beginning was the Dabar speech and became their logos, Lord, and then said to another subrace of Arabs, Ikra, read, to see if they were intelligent beings or beasts. Their etheric root race, the Nagaru, are unique. The only ones who remain human and still have a bar here or their crown not fur. While others mixed out or were crossbred with canine to become Homo canine, also with the simians to become Homo simians, and also with the porcine to become Homo porcine. Then they mix sexually to become what you see all over Europe and America, even South America, and spread in the Caribbeans. And in exchange for Wabar here grew fur like the beast and whom their DNA was mixed. So the divine was imprinted. So the divine was imprinted on the helix strands 7, 8, and 9. It stopped for the Kakasu at 6. So on Earth, the physical race of Negroids, Africans, hold the divine gene. The other two, their etheric counterparts, can be raised. The Afafre Ka'au, the African body, being the root race of this planet, which is 24,000 miles in circumference, is linked to the cycles of 24,000 years. The original Africans were souls, Etherians. The human body grew later as original immortals. The Negroids were designed to transmute and ascend, not to die and reincarnate. What were the Negroids designed to do? Transmute and ascend, not die and reincarnate. Originally, there were 24 cycles of transmutation. Originally, there were 24 cycles of transmutation, which later became 24 reincarnation cycles of death and rebirth, as the consciousness passed from one life to the next. The DNA would assemble so the soul or Ba could learn its way on its etheric call, the Sarat of evolution. Now, with so much sickness, disease, and race mixing, the DNA strands are weakened, and many etheric cords or saratat have become like straws that has collapsed or closed. Many are cut off as the Kakasu are cut off at 6 ether. So now it's known that you have 24,000 chromosomes on your DNA, 24 hours in a day, the final day, and the third hour of night. The master plan is to transport and rescue the root race with Ba'a souls formulated by Paa Taraq, involved 9 higher morphogenetic spheres or ku'u, or oversouls. The morphogenetic field of subconsciousness, the 2 spheres of the 8 became the morphogenetic patterns of the Sabatu and Neads, who repressed the earthly counterparts of the higher groups of 8 Agdoads, who came from the higher beings. Okay, so these are the Kamamu, these 9 are the Aneads, the Sabatu, Tafaf Natat, Asar, Satak, Shawal, Geb, Ashtat, Nabab Tat Hatat, and Atum. They're from the 9. These are Sabatu, Aneads. They came from the 8. Nun, Nuntat, Heh, Hek, Hetat, Kek, Kaktat, Amun, Tat. The above became patterns of the next 5. Msataktwi, Happy, Tuamutaf, Faf. Kabasana Sanu Afaf, who came from the 5th person, Har. These 5 morphogenetic fields became the 5 physical sense races: Negroids, Dravidians, Mongoloids, Neutrinoids, and Caucasoids. Neutrinoids is the when you see in the Michael Jackson video, is it black or white? And they show these the race mixing, the morphing. For those that don't know, when you can't tell a race of somebody by looking at them, all to evolve from the etheric race, the root race, Nagaru. The master plan called for each race to evolve and assemble one DNA strand to shift from 1, 2, 3 to 4, 5, 6 to 7, 8, 9. The Negroid etheric race would hold the imprint for strand 7, 8, 9 on the planet Earth. The physical race and sub-races would follow our etheric lead as their own counterparts in sub-races. So the Nagaru Negroids' human body was put in tune with the vibration of the planet on F flat, F major, and F sharp, or 3 octaves. So the Negroid's body was created with soul or rhythm to be a dual or a rhyme. Created to be a rhyme. About to bust up, about to hit y'all with 16 right now. Nagaru are rhythmic by nature. So the planet Earth vibrates on the tone F flat, F major, and F sharp, as does the Nagaru Negroids. Body related to time, as in 24 hours in one day, or the Earth being 24,000 miles in circumference, or the 24,000 years of one equinox. So the African body, which was originally about the etheric, was immortal and was designed to transmute and ascend, not die and reincarnate. We were created to transmute and ascend. Originally, there were 24 cycles of transmutation, which later became 24 reincarnation cycles of death and rebirth or resurrection. As the consciousness passed from one life to the next, the DNA would assemble so the Ba'a soul could learn its way on the path of evolution to divine being. In the first seedings of the physical creation on Earth, there were 24 beings incarnated, 12 from Sabatat, Sirius, and 12 from Sa'ahat, Orion. The 12 from Sirius were female, and the 12 from Orion were males. They were manifested out of their own root races' morphogenetic forms. Both gendered races, all females and all males, representing an equal standing to populate the planet and to progress through their lineage. However, being the Sabatu were pure XX and the Sa'ahu were pure YX, their offsprings came out XYX and YXY. So this is where the birth of the hermaphrodites and hermaphrodites come from. When the being from Ceres, the sisters that was super extreme XX, so they didn't give way to nothing, and the being from Orion, super extreme YX chromosomes, when they mixed the 12 and 12, the first 24 that came to the planet, their offsprings came out XYX chromosomes and YXY chromosomes. The XYX chromosomes would be the hermaphrodites, dual gender, leaning towards feminine energies, and the YXY chromosome will be the hermaphrodites for the masculine, who at first they could not give birth or reproduce. So the Sabatu and the Sa'ahu had to mix their own DNA in order to give birth, who became hormone sexuals, which later became known as homosexuals, and in all the in-betweens. So the neuter gender races populated the earth for many generations. So the neuter gender races populated the earth for many generations, creating a variety of beings. Yet of the first root race, Nagaru, who birthed the Dravidians from black to brown, and these two assembled the second strand of DNA, separating genders. All right, I got to go back and unpack that another time. Hold on. What's going on over here? What you mean? Classes session. Yeah. How about all the brothers and sisters that just stopped in? Appreciate y'all for being here, spending time with the divine. We on deck. We reading the dimensional shift. The cycles. The more things change, the more things stay the same. Ain't nothing new one, and the earth is just a different name. And we to blame that the lame's getting all the fame. to make it plain, yo, it's time to take back the game. Yeah, this is it. But we don't. The difference is now we don't understand the science of why. Following the Sabatu and Sa'ahu, females and males of each, the black and brown before the yellow and red races, the four root races of this planet long before the Caucasoid race was made. The Dravidians of India appeared many million years ago out of the Nagaru, yet with weaker genes, so their hair became fur. They were dark brown skin, copper to bluish greenish. This race, the East Indian, were responsible for assembling the Aryan or noble DNA strand and creating the subconscious mind. Check it. Check it. Check it. Watch this. Listen to this. Oh man, about to get. Let's go heavy. We getting heavy. The first root race, Nagato roots, right? The first root race, the Nagato, they birthed the Dravidians from the black to the brown, and these two assembled the second strand of DNA, separating the genders. Bomb, right? Following the Sabatu and the Sa'ahu, the females and males of each, the black and the brown before the yellow and the red races. The four root races of this planet long before the Caucasoid race was made. The Dravidians of India, check this about the Dravidians of India, appeared many millions of years ago out of the Nagato, yet with weaker genes, so their hair became fur. They were the dark brown skin, copper to bluish greenish. This race, the East Indians, were responsible for assembling the Aryan, the noble DNA strand, and they created the subconscious mind on dimension 2 with an emotional being and called their way of life Hinduism. Where's my highlighter at? Goodness. 18 million or 17,250,000 years ago, our divine race evolved together with Sabatat or Sabatu, which are and became one. 18 million, 17,250,000 or 18. You see it go back and forth. This was the second time. It's 17,250,000 years old, 18 million. Our divine race evolved together with the Sirius race or Sabatu and became one Murazaku Riskian for the Earth Project. We came to Earth together. Those who kept the integrity of the genetic code through each of the races were able to ascend within each of the races within our immortal bodies as Etherians through the gateway in the hall of Amuntat portal. Amentat, right? Amuntat. After many millions and thousands of years, after 6,000 years, a hybrid race of lepers with no souls. So listen, this last 6,000 year cycle that we just going through, we just finished, because now we're in the first 1,000 years of the next 6,000 years of the new 24,000 year cycle, right? This cycle was different because the lepers, they didn't exist throughout no other cycle. The Canaanites, the Europeans, they didn't exist throughout the hundreds of millions and billions of years. They didn't exist because they're only 6,000 years old. 4004 BCE to the year 2000, and then 2000, or the year 1, 4004 to the year 1, and then 1 to 2000. They're 6,000 years old. So after many millions and thousands of years, right? After the 6,000 years, a hybrid race of lepers with no souls, Ba'a, were bred and interbred with hogs, dogs, monkeys, or Homo porcine, Homo simians, and Homo canine, producing a beast-like people. Oh, we gonna have it. We gonna have it. The Kakasu, Salalu, or Caucasoid race. As a result, they lost their ability to transmute genetically and transport their ka'au, their spirits, to higher levels. See, I be thinking about, I was in the post office, and this old Mukasa was sitting there talking about how he went to this super spiritual retreat. And he was like, yo, the tones were so, and I felt my soul leaving the body. And I'm telling you, it was like and then I was looking at my soul outside. It was like, wow, these, And then the post lady, the lady that was running the floor, she was like, here, sir, you put your mask on while you talking. Might want to hear that, nigga. So the Caucasoid race has as a result of the mixing. That's why Bible used to call. That's why he called them a human beast, a kind of man, because they mixed in with the simians, the dog, the canines, and the porcine. They lost their ability to transmute genetically and transport their spirits to higher levels. So they became trapped as specters or ghosts in many forms, depending on how they lived their physical lives. Most lost their ability to transmute genetically, and as such, lost their immortality, their souls. To complicate things even more, a great war broke out between their Rabbim, overlords, and the cherubims, or the Kamau, the Pleiadians, and our Nabab, our masters, Serafu, Seraphims, or the Riskians and Mozaku. At the time, the cursed lepers dwelled in the land named after their father, Laban, the earthling Adam. The land Baalbek is now called Lebanon or Laban, meaning white. Much grafting and crossbreeding was done there to protect them when the war broke out. Their overlords moved them up to the Dawinkuya city underground in what is called Turkey's Cappadocia caves to dwell in the caves and hillside for 600 years. That's when you look at that video I did. My wife and I did the white women in witchcraft. Them caves to show them walking on all fours. That's where they from. When you see them smoky like the Kardashians, them smoky Bukasus, they smoky. They look like you be like, oh, they sexy. They try to make them look sexy to you. Them niggas from the cave. They from Turkey. And a lot of them is from the Cappadocia. Every time I say Cappadocia, I think of Cappadonna. They from Cappadonna City, Cappadocia. So you look at the white women in witchcraft, and you see them people walking on all fours. That's that gene pool. That's how long 600 years. They were sent to 600 years. They were sent to the caves for 600 years because that's how long the fighting continued. And the city in Lebanon sank underwater. 59,999 of them were moved. They were moved there, plus Canaan, Laban, 60,000 in all. The war lasted for 600 years, so they stayed in the caves. Then the unclean ones were moved to the mountains called the Caucasus. This is another piece of that story. They were in Yaqub and all that other stuff. Oh, yeah. All right. I got you. I got to go. I'm going to do it right now. I was on the road. Hold up. Let me write this in the chat. Because one of the brothers said, okay. Okay, y'all. By the blessings upon blessings upon blessings, the deadline for the application has been extended for 72 hours. You can go to IMYRS at CNYE Imperial gov.us. This is an email, and you could go to this email, hit this email for applications into the CNYE government. Y'all got 72 hours to get on board. Congress, yeah, you good. We still got time to get this going, God. Don't worry about it. Get that pre-application done and get that other application back. All you gotta do is get some documents notarized. You know what I mean? Sending you information. So yeah, we got a 72-hour extension on signing in and getting this information together. I got mad gas. Remember me. Yes, from not eating and all everything moving around and stuff. I knew I seen the text come through. I ain't. Oh man. Baús, I'm just seeing the this letter. Brother just sent me a letter, a letter from Yanun. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway, the war lasted 600 years, so they stayed in the caves. Then the unclean ones were moved to the mountains called after the Caucasus Mountains, and they became Caucasu or Caucasians. These clean ones were moved to the Aegean Isle on 7 islands in the Crete to separate them by subrace. Isles of Patmos, remember those? Because of the attacks by these Mesopotamians on the Africans, the halls of Amuntat were closed, the gates or the portals. No, Amun would make a way between Pa Patat, the heaven, and Pa Taha, the earth, or Pa Taha, the earth, and Marzak at the east gate. Because of the contaminated genetic codes caused by rape of the pure race, the root race, through gene mixing with the lepers, the fifth and sixth, Mongoloids and Caucasoids, the sealed gateway or the Stargate meant humanity had to evolve into the morphogenetic field of their own race and pick up DNA strands by mixing the females of lower DNA strand to a higher DNA strand. So in order for all of the different races to make the jump, to make the leap, because the Mukasu male is unable to make the leap because of the mixing, the Mukasu period, because of the mixing with the animals, they can't go to the higher realms. The feminine of the race, she could hitch a ride with the darker peoples because she has the mitochondria DNA. So her body is able to shapeshift. Her genes are able to adjust and upgrade. So when a Nagaru mix in, or a Mugalu mix in, or the Dravadu mix in with a Kakasu female, she's able to upgrade her genetics and give birth to a darker seed. So therefore, now she can go to the next wavelength. Okay, I said all that. God about to say it right now. He's gonna say it better than me. I'm sorry, I'm just going from memory. Okay, so again, let me start all over. Because of the contaminated genetic codes caused by the rape of the pure race, the root race, through gene mixing with the lepers, the fifth and sixth Mongoloid and Caucasoids, the sealed gateway or the Stargate meant humanity had to evolve into the morphogenetic field of their own race and then pick up DNA strands by mixing with the females of lower races, lower DNA strands, to a higher DNA strand. The male of the low race, the fifth and the sixth, cannot do it, being that his Salafu only records the female mitochondria DNA. So the females of the fifth and sixth must choose males from the seventh, eighth, and ninth. So without the imprint frequency patterns of the divine strands, the ninth, the incarnate by soul, and could not plug strands of 4, 5, and 6 into the operation genetic code of the 9, the Negro DNA. So check it. All of from the lower races, and I'm lower, I don't talk about height, I'm not talking about, we talk about we talk about genetics and strength. So the Mukasu women, like who's on the fourth level? The hobbits. So the Hobbit women, some of y'all niggas gonna knock down them Hobbit women. I seen y'all looking at them. Mm-hmm. Hobbit women. Talk about she got a fatty, but her feet furry. Fatty with furry feet. Fatties with furry feet. These niggas crazy. Oh man. So they could not plug the strands in of the 4th, 5th, and the 6th. Those is vibrations, density. Those is I mean, my pretty old answer white on. Yeah, remember, y'all get it in now. Y'all get it in. Y'all get it, email them. It's a weekday. It's working. They work it. Email them and get that. Congress, make sure you email them and tell them that nobody responded to you so you can get that application. Okay, so now that as on 9/9/2009, the portals of halls of the Amuntat, called by some Ament, to the human lineage of 24,000 year cycle or the equinox. You have the 26,000 year cycle or the precessional equinox, 2009 plus 2, 2010, 2011, on to 2012. Each must complete its own time. So you say from 2009, then start to 2010, 2011, then start 2012. The devils tried to force the gate open by splitting the atoms. They finally did it, Baba. Because this is 2010, 2011. They did it in 2008 in Europe and America. A gateway to hell was opened, and much death and destructions to sites of devil spirit worship. It was closed and moved by removing the morphogenetic field on Earth. Land 1 mile for each year linked to the body of Amun Nabab Re'er Kakpata. As the Nabat, the Kharad, the golden child, Pa Amun, the Amun. Where is my highlighter? So, now that the energetic block between the physical and etheric beings within a biogenetic energetic light and sound field. So now that the energetic block between the physical and etheric beings within the bioenergetic light and sound field, this resulted in a perception of duality beings being abused. So there was a block, there was an energetic block between the etheric beings and the physical beings. And he's literally saying that this resulted in a perception of duality, beings being now abused because of the homophobia by the Wakanu, the Wiccans, and their religion of the Korabu, cherubims. The dual beings dwell on both conscious realms at the same time, being linked to both Sabatat and Sa'ahat, Sirius and Orion at the same time. So only they can find the stargates. Open the way before time. You must have 4 of them. Read the gateway and the guardians. See, this is what I was saying before. Let's say this. Because we just had a big situation where we had a situation where one of the brothers was got in trouble. Because look, Gateway with Guardians was being quoted. This is 2006, 2007, 2008. We supposed to have been had that. So many things to be clear right now, bro. Oh man. Trust me. I know, because I got it. So many things to be clear for the people dealing with this science. Anyway, so the religions were created in Mesopotamia after the Great War and interbreeding with animals, the disease of leprosy, the rapes, and mixing, all done by the 6 kinsmen or the Vikings of the 3 roots of their races, the Celtics, the Celtics, and the Celtics. The creation of the 4th dimensional frequencies, or the Do-Re-Mi, Fa. It has a block that must be opened by a buildup of soul fragments and dimensions 7, 8, and 9 that will have to integrate into the root race for divine consciousness. So those of the lower races have to mix in with the root race in order for them to upgrade, in order to transmute and ascend to the next realms. It was the 8th, or to the Indo-Aryan, with the Caucasus Aryans who sealed the consciousness and blocked the subconscious with a spell of amnesia on the root race of the Africans. Go back to witches or white women and witchcraft. The sub-race must serve the sixth race of Caucasoids to help enforce the spell of ignorance on the Nagaru. This is what I talk about with them. I call it fascism or fascism, say fascism. When foreigners or people from other races, the sub-races, because they don't fit definitely into the Mongalu, Nagaru, they don't fit into them solidly. They'll be used by the Kakasu to go against and enforce the spell on the African, on the original people of the planet. Now, with so much mixing in religion and blind faith, the Nagaru lost their fate. They lost their way. Now the Taha Earth is out of sync, and using the weather to return to 24, it now can no longer sustain life. Earth has now not becoming an ascension planet to higher dimensional beings of all kinds, good and wicked. So this is saying that the Earth ain't even leaving. The wicked attacked Haiti and Louisiana and other sites of much spirit worship, Nigeria, Bali, India, and others. And those spirits of the 4th, 5th, and 6th are blocked, while those of the 7th, 8th, and 9th can ascend to higher dimensions with the exact ritual rites at the exact moment in space and time. Earth has become an ascension port and descending base, a haven for all kinds of extraterrestrials. So now, family, Musbatu, it's your time. You're able to achieve dimensional ascension through re-evolution, and that is spirituality. You do this by re-evolving back into your own original DNA strands, and that's in the Wu Sabat, the seal or block of the curse which blocked the Stargate, the portal, and created the problem. And you trusted them with your Ba'a, with your soul, within this incarnation process and for the physical incarnates on earth. Because of this seal, the Negroid race and the race memory, because of the seal, the Negroid race memory is gone. Check, this is a jewel. Highlight this. Because of the seal, the Negroid race memory is gone. Because of them sealing the 4th, 5th, and 6th and blocking this with the curse, blocking the ascension, it was wiped out of the crystal skulls. So the crystal skulls contained what? Contained the so-called Negroes' memory file. It was wiped out of the crystal skulls, or Earth's cellular memory of 24,000 years. Africans were unable to remember who and what they are, where they came from, and their life purpose, or where they are going on their evolutionary path of filament. So the African race is now entering a new cycle with no memory of their identity. This knowledge was recorded and stored in the crystal skulls, activated by the crystal head staff, the crystal-headed staff. And the staff could be accessed only by pure beings. The crystal skulls, remember, go to Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skulls. God said that the memory, the cellular memory of the African was kept for the last 24,000 years, was kept in the crystal skulls, activated by a pure being with a crystal-headed staff. The seal on the earth in a frequency quarantine of F flat, F major, and F sharp was done with music or with singing. These tones you need to be used like the blue sister from the Fifth Element. Use these energies to free us, disconnecting us from Earth's tone and our galactical family. That time has ended. If you get back in tune with your planet given to you by Pa Munzaru, it is time for our dimensional shift. Again, are you ready? Are y'all ready for the dimensional shift? Ooh, that's dimensional shift. Look how many times I read this thing rack a day. That's our 19th Paa Taraq reading, family. Congratulations for everybody that made it through these 19. Yeah, they was talking about that. That's right. That's right. The pre-app, the address to send the pre-app is on the pre-app, God. Yeah, they got like they got an address on there. Yeah, God. Can we get these likes up? Yeah, Rick James upgraded Tina Marie. Dave Chappelle with his Oriental wife. Wesley Snipes with his Oriental wives, or many wives he swimming through over there. Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. You know, rolling with me, man. Let me see something. See if I could do something. See if I give you an excuse. Cause one more night, give it to you one more night. Tomorrow's the last day. I'm breaking my fast when the evening hitting. I don't care what nobody say. I ain't waiting for the 22nd. I'll wait for the 22nd. Let me see. Let me see. I'm trying to give y'all some exclusives. Exclusives. We want to go with the exclusives. Let me see. I'm about to do this. This chant over, but I'm gonna give y'all this powerful chant that I did. I'm gonna do it over because we changed some of the words, but the chant is still fuego. So I want y'all to check this out. Hold up. Hold. Y'all hear me? I'm about to give y'all some energy here, y'all. Yeah, I'm about to give y'all some energy. Work with me. See my son? It's Arohu now. So I'm about to do this over with the Arohu. Check this out. I'm on the battery, I got the time. 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 I'm the battery. Han the bedroom, fools. Han the bedroom, han the bedroom, fools. Han the bedroom, han the bedroom, fools. Han the bedroom, han the bedroom. I'm on the battery, I got the time. 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 I'm on the battery, Oh, man. Yeah, that was crazy. How crazy was that, beloved? Whoa. Okay, hold on. Oh, nah, yeah, we was going. That was my chant session. Hold up. I see y'all trying to go. Y'all trying to go heavy. What's up? Let's go. We listening. What we talk about? That's a fact. That's a fact. It that's on the pre-app itself. Hydrogen Collider, where they actually, it's crazy. They go back to the Hindus because they did a Hindu ritual for Shiva. Because there's this, yo, it's crazy. I ain't even go into that. It's so many different gateways open now. Baba said, he said it's like Ghostbusters. That's how. Yeah, appreciate that. He said it's like Ghostbusters, y'all. You know, my mama crazy. Okay. Yeah, man. All right, you good if you uploaded it. Now you can send, listen, if you did all that and background checks, all that other stuff, bro, we good. You got it now. You should have got your other one back already. Or hit him on that email. Make sure you hit him on that email. Tour. The address is in the greetings. That's the fact. Crystal Skulls. Yeah, Ancient Aliens. Matter of fact, I seen it one. Dan Aykroyd was he did an interview with what's that brother with the Mukaso dude that be doing like sometimes he be in some space cadet stuff, but he used to do the MMA fighting. Yeah, Dan Aykroyd was on Dan Aykroyd for that playing the Ghostbusters and then trading places with Eddie Murphy. He was talking about the Crystal Skulls and how he actually seen them live. Yo, these relics, these our story, right? You got Mukasos who privately own some of the Crystal Skulls, not even in museums. These niggas just privately got them in their room, got them in their house. Crazy. Okay. Islam, okay. Now back. All right, Wadu, y'all peace and blessings. Yeah, I'm on my way. We on our way. We coming. We ain't get there yet, but we coming. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Listen, I gotta read it first, and then I could read it. Yeah, I like the new Ghostbusters too. They get rid of the separation between life and death and stuff like that. Whoa, that was good energy. I'm trying to think about yeah, Joe Rogan. That's his name. Definitely his name, God. You hear me? You hear it right there. Yeah. Baba do like yeah, so how I feel about that read, that dimensional shift. I think it was phenomenal, bro. Heavy. So we're gonna ride out. We're gonna ride out with one of these. Cause he don't stop at this. This don't got no safety. Yep. All right, where I'm going to start from? I'm going to start it like this, and then we're going to ride into some other affirmation. And we, Namuz, pray in this way. Our Father Asar, who art in Sa'ahat, Orion, and Mother Arashtat, who art Sabatat, Sirius, holy are your Renanat names. Your domains welcome us. Your will be done here on earth as it is in Mafa, heaven, abode. Provide us each Zamut with our Razak provisions and accept us as we learn to accept one another. Guide us away from the evil and wicked temptations and deliver us from our Dayar desires. Because to your abodes of Sakam, power, glory, of Gabut, peace, and Hatub, bliss, is where we want to be forever and ever, by way of our Salafu ancestor Amun Reye. By this, our Murray revelation, we declare this to you as your Mukradu children, Morar or Horites, or Morar or Horisites, or those of Harar. He says, don't allow us to become the backsliders, for there is no one like the backsliders, the doubters, except those who continue to lie, gossip, and slander to harm others. As for those who are active with will and purpose in our cause through their bodies, yet in their akal at minds and ba'a'u souls, they are backsliders. Be like the munsak, devoted, repent before it's too late for you, because you will be preferred than to be a backslider, doubter, gossiper, or slanderer. Wu Sabat is the real thing. Those who don't know Hakaktal, Hakakat, actual facts will come to know it once it's too late for them to repent and return. As for those who do return, Wu Sabat and our Salafu ancestors will also recompense them with the greatest rewards, enjoying their presence, Dawoon, forever. So as for those who repent, who from infidelity accept Wu Sabat, hold on to Paa Taraq and accept Paa Hakaktal, Hakakat, the actual facts. They are numbered among our Sha'ab, our tribe and nation, Mispatia, as a Kahin Yasar, divine family. They will also be Ganui, singing in Ranum, chanting the new songs and rejoicing in the abode of purity, Ashuk, love, Rabut, peace, Hatup, bliss, forever. And as to you who have Kabula accepted from among our race, do you wish to be rightly guided? Do you wish to rightly guide those whom Pamudwawu, the evil ones of evil, have misguided? You will not find an easy way to accomplish your goal. Yet don't give up. I don't wish to lose Wahu, one of our lost Sha'ub tribe, to the Jawed, wicked Nahez, evil world of this devil's race. For as to the La'in Natat, the cursed seed of the Mudwal Salal, the devil race, you will not transform what is within them by their Tim Fatir al Fatah, their unnatural nature, until they themselves decide to change the bitterness, hatred that is within them. For we did try to reform them many times by sending to them warners, saviors, prophets, yet they reject our Hadayan guidance. Those 124,000 prophets and apostles and messengers that you hear mentioned inside of the Quran and the religions and stuff, those were sent to the Mukasu. The Murd Way revelation only orders you to demonstrate to Shah order, compassion towards the lost, the doubters, and the backsliders from among our misled, Salau, our race. Show them latifnus, kindness, because if you display rude manners and have uncompassionate abab hearts, they will surely depart from you. Therefore, pardon them and seek Panatharu, the overseer's forgiveness for them. If Panatharu, the overseers, support you, no one will be able to conquer you. However, if they turn away from Hakakat, the actual facts, the Sawab, the truth of Wusabat, they will definitely be vanquished and will never find anyone to support them at death's door as a lost spirit trapped in this physical world, Khatit al Tapal, as a Tayaf, ghost, specter. Yet for you who have accepted this al Marway revelation, take not the counterfeit religion, misfa'at, books, miktabat, scriptures of others as your own Marway revelation. Rather, reject them and their counterfeit doctrines, which they, as plagiarists, refuse to admit was only taken from the Mesopotamian Sumerian stone tablets. Nawat Lawahat. Plagiarism is what they did. Rather than reject them and abandon them completely, they will say in ignorance, why do you include and speak from the Bible and the Quran if they are wrong? You say, because that is what puts you under a spell. So when people say, why are you always quoting from the Bible and the Quran if they wrong? Why don't you leave it alone? Because that's the spell. That's what they use to hypnotize you and entrance you under the spell. And I must use it, I must use its mistakes to cure you of the spell. It's a disease, and as a mushfeh, a doctor gives medicine, some that affect the katat body in the worst way with the greater outcome. This is why I use this, which your spirit is used to hearing shafui to heal your soul. And if such books or the scriptures, our scriptures, such as the Bible and the Quran, were truly inspired by divine, you would certainly not find so many mistakes and contradictions and abrogations and clear plagiarism, so many significant differences between them, which they claim is from the same Kadad God. The Abrahamites or Mosesism, Jesusism, Mohammedism are craving to see you blaspheme as they do. So that will be on the same inferior six etheric pathway as they are. The level of akad belief and thakak faith without facts, and sawab truth, blind faith, not clear kadar faith. You were born of a Murat woman. That is clear. So Adam was born of a woman. Did he have a navel or not? If he did not, did Eve? If not, did Cain and Abel? If not, did Shayeth, Seth? If not, did Anash, Enos? If not, then how do Noah, Shem, Ham, Japheth, to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Esau, to Moses, Aaron, Miriam, to Jesus, to Muhammad have navels? That is a part of the human katat, or kadar, fate. Jesus was born of a Murat, a woman. So Adam was born of a Murat, a woman. Never ever will they be on the same non-etheric pathway as with you until they are willing to repent and Kabul, accept our creed absolutely. Because Nadu Kogazoids has enticed them by calling them to lust and pleasures of this physical world and physical body. Yet he prodded them to commit wickedness with their bodies and minds. Yeah, I'm jumping around. This is from the Revelations of the beings. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. So we got a bunch of laws in the back of this, which is official. Let me take it to the front, though. All right, you ready? Any questions? Any? All right, let me see. Tones and vibrations, y'all feeling me? Thank you, appreciate you. Yeah, God, you got it, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, beloved. Trust me. And I got your address, so we definitely gonna set you out with some things, man. So it sets off like this. by way of the name upon the thought of overseers who came down upon the planet Earth, Baba Yanun, in order to teach Wusabat to you all. This is a scroll of revelation, no doubt about that. It is a testament of Sahih Rakuk edge, right knowledge, Sahih Hakumdum, right wisdom, Pa Sahih Fahum, the right understanding, the use of Jamud Sahih Naakush, sound right reasoning that gives you Muspatu, Pa Sahih Fahum, the right overstanding, Wusabat. I, Baba Yanun, did not reveal this motorway revelation as you understand Tawiyat, revelations of other Za'amat religion. I, Baba Yananan or Yanun, actually expressed it the perfect way with the compassionate tongue of Mispatia, Sabaik. Furthermore, I supported it with a gracious Ba'a soul, for you are the tender-hearted and the best of mortals, Muspatu Sabians. Therefore, I did Raui reveal the scroll by verses, by Madatat words as scriptures to you, Muspatu. I definitely did not Aui inspire or Taui revelation for you through anyone from your midst. If someone not of us makes the claim, I certainly did not Aui inspire such a person who claims to be my successor or my Natat seed who claim I sent them, yet they themselves imagine it to be so, which such are Mukzabu, liars. Consequently, those who Shamua listened or Tabua follow them have lost the straight and narrow path, the pathway to Haradum, freedom, Ma'ut, justice, and Lasuti, equality, to return to self and kind as the Aborigines, first world people, self-governing, independent. Muspatu. It is inconceivable that I, His Excellency Dr. Malachi Z. York Pandabab Yanun, would inspire any person who may abrogate our cultural origin or nation, our tribe, our doctrine, or our revelation, contradict or decree, mislead, or corrupt any of our books in their verses, the verses of Paa Taraq, the way, and overwhelm with speech of Mushayu, slanderers, or those blinded by others, Hazabat cultures and religions. Yep, this is the intro to this. Yeah, God. So we hit midnight. It's tomorrow. So I appreciate y'all for coming through, getting it in with this Paa Taraq. Again, anybody that want to help read these Paa Taraqs, y'all can let me know. These Paa Taraq at. Let me know if you got a Paa Taraq that we didn't read on this 19th. Tomorrow is the 20th. And tomorrow was the deadline, but the deadline for the submission for the nominationals has extended. We in the second phase of the process. You know, some of the brothers and sisters left because they having a meeting right now. And I ain't missing no more of those. You dig? We gotta get the ship. But listen, family, I appreciate y'all. And y'all gotta get on it. I'm gonna do a what's the name too soon for like members. Cause I got some exclusive stuff that I'm not putting online, like exclusives. That I'm gonna put to you know, brothers and sisters that sign up. You know, we're gonna do it like that. Yeah. So listen, man, we gotta step it. It's our time. Happy ritual, purification ritual to everybody. You only got one more day left. One more night. Ooh. And don't eat heavy when it's time to eat, y'all. Don't do that. That's right. Come on now. We're going to say it together. Y'all know what it is. Let's go. You know, it's time to step into our duty to awaken up the universe. It's our time. Wakatna, wakutna, wakutnoon. Our time. Let's check it, right? It's our time, family. It's time to step into our destiny. It's time to do what we was born to do. Be the incarnations, cleanse ourselves inside out, outside in, and make matter move. And like I say every night, if not now, then when? If not this, then what? And if not us, then who? Each one of us is the hara or haru, hara of our damam yasar, our blood family. Each one of us have to save our family first. Okay, what's going on, B? I see you. Each one of us got to save our family first. So we got to do our duty, y'all. And like Baba just said, he said it's not going to be easy. They stuck in the spell. All right, family, I appreciate you. We here for you. We here, God. We here. And they delicious and they help. They help give you energy. That's what be getting us through. I'm about to go make me some sea moss right now. Go make me a smoothie right now. I ain't did nothing. All I did was drink water all day. Well, after 4:30, I drank water. I ain't do nothing all in the morning. I ain't do nothing. Drank water. Took some Jet Pillar, vitamin C. Yep. About to go there. No, I think I had some from the dragon fruit mix I had yesterday. I had some left over. But yeah, God, I'm about to get out of here. It's midnight. About to go get some rest. Well, after I get my drink on. Just get my drink on. Appreciate y'all. Rabat Wu Ashuk. Peace and divine unconditional love to the family. Y'all be safe. Stay focused. Wadu Muisa. Sound like it with magic. Hutik, which means blessings. I'm gonna build with y'all in the next.